It's 8 o'clock in the morning in Amsterdam now, and it snowed last night, so it's very cold here this morning. I've got to get a move on this morning if I'm going to make it to Arnhem. Here's another important cultural site in Amsterdam, the Heineken Brewery. It's a cold morning in Holland, I'll tell you that. Whew. One very nice thing about the Netherlands are all the bike paths that they have. It's just a matter of getting on the right one, of course. The bike doesn't seem to be designed for snow and slippery conditions, so it's really all over the place. In Holland, they have many snow plows and salt trucks to keep the bike paths clear during the winter. For anyone who loves bicycles as much as I obviously do, these bicycle storage lots outside train stations all throughout Holland are impossible to walk by and not stop and have a look. This one's particularly interesting. It has these double-decker bicycle storage racks. For street underpasses and accesses to subway stations, the Dutch use this quite useful design along the stairs where you can push your bicycle straight up. These type of fast food restaurants are common all over Holland. And you can see there in the back there's a whole bunch of French fries. But the real interesting thing that's quite unique is they have all of these little glass doors, and behind here is the kitchen, and what they do is they make all sorts of hot pastries and cheese-filled and croquettes. So we'll actually just try one of these. These are my favorites. These are a croquette that's filled with, just going to put our money up in the slot here. This is €1.50. And then you find which one you think looks the best. You just open that door, take it right out of there, close it back up again. Well, that's some good eating. And along with my Fritz mayonnaise, that makes for a good meal. When you get down in the southern part of Holland, it gets a lot more hilly than certainly what you find up along the coastline. This is what icy streets and below zero temperatures and not so good tires will do to you. It's Thursday morning now, the 31st of December, New Year's Eve day. So I've got a long ride ahead of me today. From Arnhem, I'm heading down to the Rhine River into Germany. So if all goes well, I'll be spending my New Year's Eve in Dusseldorf, partying with all the crazy Germans. There is ice on the road, so I have to go very slowly. This is going to make it a long ride today. This is day 5 of my ride. My plan is to cross the Rhine River today and head down the Rhine toward Dusseldorf. All the fireworks, of course, are for the celebration, New Year's Eve, and of course here in Holland they start lighting them off first thing in the morning and try to continue it all through the night. The farmhouses in rural South Holland are actually quite pretty. Holland still has many of these old working windmills. These are designed 400 or 500 years ago. This is a Dutch woman on one of these 200-pound bikes, going every bit as fast as I am. Goedemorgen. Goedemorgen. Oh, that's a good sign. German border, 1 kilometer. Now that I'm in Germany, I've lost my bicycle path that I was so getting used to. This is the Rhine River, and it marks the psychological halfway point of this trip for me. Unfortunately, it's not the geographical halfway point, which is still probably about another 100 miles straight across the river. Crossing this river makes me feel like Charlemagne, but he did it 1,000 years ago on an elephant, and I'm trying to do it on a bicycle. It's probably easier for me, I guess. I'll be riding about 50 miles down the Rhine River today. In the Rhine Valley near Dusseldorf, on a map it may look like a spaghetti of motorways, but out on the country roads it's actually quite beautiful. I'm on the final stretch now into Dusseldorf, where I'm spending the night, and of course it's starting to get dark already.
I visited Long Island and the Liberty
Statue of Liberty.
Liberty statue, but yeah, it was cool. But I don't like being in hotel on the city only. I like beach and something like that.
There's just a tiny bit of light left out here tonight, but I'm close to the hotel now, within 3 or 4 miles. Along the road to Dusseldorf, I just spotted this little chapel, and all the candles are blazing bright inside. It's New Year's Eve night here in Germany, so I'll take this opportunity to make my New Year's wish. I hope that in 2010 the world finds a cure for HIV and pancreatic cancer. Note to self: stop booking hotels at the top of hills. The snow's starting to come down as ice pellets now, so this is a very welcome sight. If I'm not mistaken, this is my hotel for the night.